Yeah. Hey. Hello, world. Okay, so this is the beginning of what I'm going to call the Monday, Wednesday, Friday blog. I'm going to try and get this thing up every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Usually before noon, hopefully. I'll see how that works. I'm trying. As you can see, it's a Wednesday, not Monday, but this Monday wasn't happening. Anyway, so, yeah. I think any person who talks about anything, a blogger, vlogger, etc., would be remiss if they didn't talk about Obama making history. Obama making history. It's kind of a big deal. First black president. First black president. We've had a week to let it set in, and it's kind of awesome. It's nice. I was talking to somebody the other day. It's nice for my generation to have a positive where you were when you heard. Because the one we'd had before this was where were you on September 11th? But now we have where were you when you heard that our first black president was elected, which is kind of amazing. Story you get to tell your children. I was at Oakland College, where it went crazy. And in a moment that I think showed what was different about this president, why he might be able to do something big. Whether he's going to, like, I know a lot of people freaked out and think that he's like socialism and going to change the world and take down the government and all that. I don't think if he's able to accomplish half of what he says he's going to accomplish, it'll be a big deal. But I think he has more of the ability than anyone for quite some time. And the example I'm going to use is Oakland campus, November 4th and 5th. Because one of the first responses after when it was announced, everyone ran out. There's this open, grassy area in the middle of the dorms, like one of the quads. And everyone rushed, there was screaming, but people ran and gathered in this area. I'll put up the videos later, because I took some. And beyond just the chanting of Obama and yes we can, I was part of the festivities. There were festivities that kept up until 3 in the morning, and I was part of a good number of them. But so this started. So yeah, between 11 and 3. So good, about 5 hours. One of the recurring chants was USA. It was USA Obama, USA. In and of itself, that doesn't sound that wild. But this was Oberlin College, Oberlin, Ohio. Very liberal, very cynical. There's talking about all that's wrong with this country on a regular basis, and the racial inequality, not sexual inequality, but white privilege, patriarchy, hegemony, etc., etc., etc. And so for this group of students, like, we, in large part, were symbolic of what the McCain-Palin group tried to demonize, tried to describe as unpatriotic or un-American, or not the real America. So this was like the heartland of unreal America. Like, this was the group that they were implicitly talking about. And here we were, so inspired by this man, by his victory, that we wanted to say that we loved this country. And I don't know. And I think that really says something. And in his speech the night of, his victory speech, one of the things he said, and to me it didn't feel like simply like political like pandering or buzzwords or whatever, but he was like that this election, those who had been told for years and years that their voices didn't matter, that they couldn't make a difference, made a difference. And that was a great article in the New York Times. I'll see if I can track the link down and put it up. That said all of the cynicism, all the 24-hour news cycle cynicism about who wasn't going to vote for Obama, like supposedly racist whites, Hispanics, Jews, the youth, like these were all going to be groups that wouldn't come out. They hadn't come out before. Why would they come out now? But they came out in record numbers and elected our president. And is that will pass, that it'll be transient, that it'll be like after September 11th, when the country came together and this patriotism, this love, and this like people helping people and holding other people up and being supportive and all these great, because that was the last clear time that our country like really bonded. But then it passed, and here we are, or here we were, like this really divisive, angry political situation. And hopefully this one will last a little longer than that one did, and it'll be used for good rather than for like rushing into things like the Patriot Act and like other things that took away from what normally makes this country great. Like the right to trial and privacy and free speech and all those things. So, and the one thing that has kind of given me hope that Obama will stand by a lot of the promises and noise he had made in his campaign is that in his transition team, there's been a lot of talk about him not taking lobbyists' money, and he's going to be doing a lot of his own raising for his inauguration party, and like all the money he's going to need between now and his presidency is going to be very much the same way he got all his money before. So hopefully, and that's like a change. So hopefully he'll keep it up. So yeah, I made this whole thing about Obama. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah, check for the next one on Friday.